let's talk about the word sorry. And I don't just mean a regular apology, I mean that constant knee-jerk sorry that just slips out for everything and anything. But what if it's not really about being polite? What if it's actually a deeply ingrained survival tactic? We're going to unpack the hidden logic behind this super common habit.
Okay, so we've all seen it, right? And, most of us have probably done it. It's that automatic sorry that pops out when nothing has even gone wrong. It's a really fascinating and deeply misunderstood piece of human behavior. I mean, you know the scene. You're walking down a crowded street, someone bumps into you, and before you can even think, you're the one saying, "Oh, I'm so sorry." It's this almost universal reflex, but what is really going on in that moment? So, if any of this is sounding familiar, you are definitely not alone. This isn't some strange personal quirk. It's a super widespread social reflex. But that really begs the question, why do we do it? Why are we apologizing when we're not even the one at fault? Well, the immediate assumption, the one most of us jump to, is that it must be about low self-esteem, that it's a sign of being timid or, lacking confidence. But what if that's not the whole story? What if there's something way more complex going on underneath the surface? This right here really frames the two perspectives perfectly. On the one hand, you've got the common view, saying sorry all the time is a sign of weakness. But on the other hand, there's this completely different idea, that it's actually a sophisticated tool, one that's learned and designed specifically to keep you safe. Let's dig into that idea, because this isn't just a habit, it's a strategy. It's a survival strategy that's often learned very, very early in life, and it's forged in environments where maybe emotional safety was a pretty rare commodity. So just imagine growing up in a place where moods could shift on a dime, right? Where conflict could just erupt without any warning. In that kind of unpredictable setting, you learn really fast that making yourself smaller, less noticeable, and less of a target is the absolute best way to stay safe. Sorry becomes the perfect camouflage. So how does this strategy actually work in our day-to-day lives? It's not just about saying the word. The apology itself kind of transforms into something else entirely. It becomes a kind of social lubricant. And this is a really crucial shift in thinking. The apology isn't a reaction to something you did wrong. No, it's a proactive tool. It's a way of scanning the social environment, sensing any potential friction, and then smoothing it over before it ever catches fire. It's like a preemptive strike against conflict. And here's the survival loop in action. See? It starts with an unpredictable environment. That teaches a core lesson. Staying small means staying safe. So, the tool you develop to do this is the quick apology. And the outcome? In a world that feels totally chaotic and out of your hands, this simple little word gives you a small but pretty powerful sense of control. So when you put all of this together, it really offers a completely new way to see the chronic apology. It's a chance to reframe our entire understanding, to move away from judgment and more towards empathy. This quote just gets right to the heart of it all. It's not an admission of guilt, but an act of self-preservation. Just let that sink in for a second. The next time you hear someone over-apologize, or maybe you catch yourself doing it, just consider this. It might have absolutely nothing to do with guilt. It might be a deeply ingrained and, frankly, a very clever act of self-preservation. And this is the final, really crucial point. When we see it this way, the whole narrative just flips. It's no longer a story about weakness. It actually becomes a story of incredible resilience, of a person who learned how to navigate a really difficult world and develop this clever tool to keep themselves safe. So I'll just leave you with this final thought. What if we started hearing "I'm sorry" not as an admission of fault, but as this quiet plea, "Please let's be safe," a request for peace in a world that can feel so unpredictable? What changes if we start listening for that instead?